June 2020, employees at a local Walmart called Loveland Police accusing Karen Garner of theft. But that wasn't exactly what happened. Although the 73-year-old woman left the store without paying for $14 worth of products, Walmart employees confronted her outside. When she asked to pay, they refused and took the items. When Officer Austin Hopp caught up with her, she was picking flowers along a nearby path.
Stop. You just left Walmart. Do you need to be arrested right now? No. Okay. Let's stop. Come on. Come on.
I'm going home.
No, on the ground. Stay on the ground.
I'm going home. I'm going home.
On the ground.
Soon, another officer, Daria Jalali, arrived but did nothing to help calm the situation. The violent arrest caught the attention of a concerned passerby who confronted Hopp.
I'm going home.
Hey, stand up. We're not going to hold you.
Let's go to the ground. On the ground.
I'm going home.
On the ground.
Wait.
What? What are you doing? Get out of here. This is not your business. That?
Where's your sergeant? Huh?
Who's my sergeant?
Yeah.
Okay, well, first, I can tell you that. Sergeant Metzler, he's at the police department. You can go talk to him if you have an issue.
Yeah, give me your car so I can put a report.
Okay.
I see you there, how you throw the little kid.
Little kid?
Well, I don't know
He's
if
not a
it's
little kid. And this is what happened.
He was just walking, and I see you how
She
you
just
grab him.
stole from Walmart and refused to stop, refused to listen to lawful orders, and to fight me. This is what happens when you fight the police. I have to use force to safely detain her. That's what this is. This isn't just some random act of aggression.
Oh, well,
I don't know if you realize that.
Yeah, well, the way that I see it from over there,
Okay.
you know, I was like, that's no...
But you see, you don't know the whole situation. That's the thing.
Yeah, you know, but it's like...
But knowing the situation, do you feel differently now?
Oh, yeah. But
That's
you know,
it.
like seeing it from there, that guy just walking.
Yeah, I get
you
that.
know.
I get that. So when I went to go grab her and talk to her, she started running, leaving, pulling away from me.
The officer was still struggling with Garner, so Hopp came up with the brilliant idea of tying the 73-year-old woman with a leash. When both officers put her in the back seat, the citizen who stopped to help tried to alleviate her concerns.
I'm going home.
Pick your feet up.
Okay, let's
Give me my
let's get her out over here on the ground. We can hobble her, and then we'll get her in the car. On the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
Here you go.
Come on.
And I see it walking, and then I see him throwing it to the ground.
Yeah.
That person wasn't even running or anything. I was like, that's not okay, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I came and I'm like, hey, that's not the way to react. But he said that she was running or whatever, you know? Which we didn't see it that way. And that way that
Do you know who she is?
No.
Do you know where she's coming from?
No.
Do you know what crime she's committed?
I just see her coming.
Do you know what crime she's committed?
But I just see him walking right there, you know?
I'm just asking you.
No,
Do
I
you
don't-
know any
I
of the
don't
story?
know. No.
So all you did was just take a brief little view of it, and you
Yeah.
don't know the rest of the story.
No, I don't know because
Okay.
I see the lady walking right here.
Yeah.
She was walking, you know? So if you are parking over there and you see a person walking, and the next thing you see a cop throwing it to the ground when she's not using force or nothing.
Back at the station, after fist bumping over the arrest of this dangerous 73-year-old, 5-foot-tall woman, they discussed the arrest and laughed as they watched the body camera footage. Although both officers knew Garner was seriously injured, neither lifted a finger to help. They kept her handcuffed to a bench in a cell and later took her to jail. 6 hours later, a doctor discovered the elderly woman had a dislocated shoulder, a broken arm, and a twisted wrist. The body camera footage went viral and sparked public outrage. Garner's family sued the department and won $3,000. As for the 3 officers involved in the arrest, all resigned. However, if they thought that was the end, they were wrong. Hopp was charged with assault causing serious bodily injury, attempt to influence a public servant, and official misconduct, leading to a 5-year prison sentence. His partner, Jalali, was charged with failure to report the use of force, failure to intervene, and official misconduct, resulting in 45 days in prison and 3 years of probation. Surely they'll have enough time to explain why they thought hitting a frail elderly woman was a good idea. Speaking of bad ideas, have you heard about that utterly foolish cop who tried to have a woman locked up in a psychiatric hospital because she broke up with him? Well, before him, Christopher Puez, this one here is an officer who already radiates a hostile work environment, quite literally. On November 19, 2019, a 911 call came in from a convenience store in Sunrise, Florida, about a man fighting with shoppers. Several officers arrived and quickly handcuffed him, but getting him into the patrol car proved challenging. At that moment, Sergeant Christopher Pulio arrived. Pulio had been on the force for 21 years, but if you expected him to use some of that experience to de-escalate the situation, you're in for a surprise. The suspect was already seated when Pulio approached and immediately forced his way in without apparent provocation.
Hey, look at me. Games? You play with the wrong mother.
What you gotta do, man? You gonna mace me, mace me.
Look at me, mother. You wanna play games? You ever get disrespectful with my officers, I will remove your soul from your body.
The nearby junior officer sprang into action when the sergeant's shouts reached their peak. Pulio was furious and immediately turned towards her, then stormed off only to return a few minutes later saying this.
Everybody turn off their cameras.
How many officers think they can get away with it once they have a badge? A.G. Davis's case took an extreme turn when he tried to take his ex to a psychiatric hospital. Ronald Davis, on August 21, 2023, an off-duty Pennsylvania state trooper, chased Michelle Perfan through the woods of Pennsylvania. When Davis caught up with her, he forcibly restrained her, sitting on her legs for almost 10 minutes. After pleading unsuccessfully, Perfan struggled to free herself from his grip. However, Davis put his arms around her neck and pushed her against a vehicle. The police arrived shortly after, and Davis told them she wanted to take her own life, so they took her to a mental health clinic, only for her to be released a few days later and deemed mentally sound. Of course, that's because Davis made it all up. Perfan wasn't just anyone, she was the ex-girlfriend the married cop had been dating for months. When Perfan ended the relationship, Davis didn't take it well. So he used his position to involuntarily commit her. After being suspended and arrested, Davis was charged with unlawful restraint, kidnapping, and official oppression in addition to being held without bail. If Davis is found guilty, he could face up to 12 years behind bars. Losing your career because you can't handle rejection is foolish, but it's still not as surprising as when this officer tried to frame his daughter's boyfriend. John Kovac, on April 18, 2018, told internal investigators that he stopped Mackay Coleman's car after it nearly collided with his patrol car while speeding. However, the officer's dashboard camera told a different story. For starters, the vehicle was going at a normal speed when they pulled it over. Nevertheless, Kovac immediately ordered the car's driver, 18-year-old Mackay Coleman, to step out. Coleman demanded to know what he had done and even taunted the young man before shoving him into the back seat. A radio call reported a road rage incident, but Kovac ignored it. He was on the job or he wasn't. You see, this wasn't a regular traffic stop. Kovac was trying to end his 18-year-old daughter's relationship with a boy he didn't like in any possible way. The mother of one of the teenagers in the car lived nearby, and Kovac confronted her, demanding to know if his daughter was at her house. When the woman refused to let him in, Kovac threatened her. With his tail between his legs, Kovac let the teenager go. That's when he realized his daughter had been there. And within days, he was permanently fired from the police force. It may sound outrageous, but this wasn't the first officer to use his position to get away with it.